Hello, everyone. Scott Jansen here. Welcome to the 100K Coaching Program Complete Walkthrough. I'm very excited to put this video together for you to really answer one question that I get asked, as you can imagine, very often week by week, which is, Scott, what's actually in the 100K coaching program? What am I going to get as a part of my program? How is it going to better serve me to start and grow my hypnotherapy, my NLP, or even my coaching or RTT business online? And how does it actually work? How does a program come together? What type of support do I get? And how is it eventually going to get me to the six-figure mark and beyond? So in this video, guys, I thought, well, instead of constantly answering that question via email or personal message, what I wanted to do was give you really a behind the scenes look of what actually goes on inside our 100K coaching and mentoring program. But also I'm going to take you guys behind the scene and actually show you not only what you get in the actual program itself, but I'm going to take you through all of the modules, all of the weeks, and point out the most important criteria that has helped our students grow their businesses literally from scratch to hitting the $20,000 all the way up to $50,000 per month. So guys, let's dive in. Make sure you grab a notepad and pen because I'm going to give you some details as well as far as some things you can implement into your business today. But I also want to make it abundantly clear how this program is absolutely going to change your business from this day forward. So like I said, this is our 100K coaching program. If you come over to our website, this is our program here. So what this program has been designed to do is show you how to start and grow a $20,000 to $50,000 per month coaching, hypnotherapy, and NLP business from scratch and land high-paying clients in just 28 days or less. Now, what makes this program different than every other program on the planet is we don't use funnels. We're not paying for Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads. We're not giving away free sessions. We're not charging by the hour or per session. We're not charging by the package. We're not giving away free sessions and pro bono. I'm showing you how to position yourself as the online expert in a very specific niche and showing you how to rapidly scale this business without paying for ads or anything like this. So I'll just give you a quick overview here. I'll leave this link below, guys, in the video. You can come and check out this page for yourself. But let me just give you a quick overview before we actually dive into the program itself, and I'll show you all the modules. Is our program itself, the 100K coaching program, is lifetime access. It's a 6-week online program, lifetime access to our private Facebook community, lifetime access to our monthly group coaching calls, plus also lifetime access to unlimited personal mentoring from me. So what this basically means is anyone that joins our program, regardless of what type of therapy you're doing, as long as you're studying our program, you can book additional mentoring strategy calls with me free of charge. You don't have to pay extra for these things. To make sure that you're heading in the right direction, to make sure that you're staying accountable to the material, but also to use me as your point of call for your mentoring. If you have questions or you've got concerns or you've got ideas that you want to run past me, I make myself abundantly available for all of our students. Now, the reason this is important because as you can imagine, if you've done courses before online, you'll probably find that the most common problems you had is not only the content and the marketing strategies being highly outdated, but it was very hard to get support. It was very hard to talk to the person who actually created the course, and it was very hard to have your questions answered. So what we've done is I've made the model that I run in my business, I've designed it purposefully for support. Support for us is the number one goal for my company, and it's making sure that all of our students feel heard and also supported throughout their journey. Because as you can imagine, there's a different level of support for somebody who starts out in the industry and another different level of support for a student who's already maybe doing $20,000 a month and growing to $50,000 a month. There's a different level of support that these type of students need, and that's where I make myself available for that. And as I just mentioned, you get lifetime access to this. So this is really building your business from scratch, guys. We do it in a very systemized and a predictable way, as I'm about to show you. But like I said, I'm going to give you the walkthrough for our program right here, how to start and grow a $20,000 to $50,000 per month coaching hypnotherapy NLP business from scratch and land high-paying clients in just 28 days. Now, this program alone, we have over 600 success stories just in the last 2 years alone, just to show you how powerful this program is and to show you how quickly our students are actually growing their businesses from scratch. And you can come and check those out here, just on our website. Come over to the success stories. And as you can see here, we've got students doing $43,000 a month, $27,000 a month, $98,000 in 4 years. Got one of our students paying off paying off 10 years of debt early, okay, in about half time that early, $40,000 per month, $95,000 in 3 months, who's also saved $56,000 in her account. Another student scaling her business from $0 to $11,000 a month and $18,000 a month, and then up to $22,500 per month. Another student with a $24,000 a month, $14,000 months. We've got some more, $17,000 in 7 days, $10,000 in her first month working with us, $20,000 months, and these go on and on. We've got a $40,000 month here as well. And these go on and on. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is because, guys, these students were just like you. All of our students giving away or showing these incredible testimonials have started just like you. They're therapists, they're coaches, maybe have never had clients before, just recently qualified, or even been in business for a long time but had no predictability. Now they're growing, thriving businesses in what would be the fastest growing therapy and coaching businesses on the planet. And remember, like I said, guys, no paid ads, no funnels, no free sessions, no meetup groups. They're not writing best-selling books. They're not doing all the stuff that most people are doing who are struggling to earn $1,000 a month. A lot of these students are doing upwards of $1,000 plus per day based on the systemized approach that I'm going to be teaching you guys. So you guys can come over and check this out just in the success stories. And these people are just like you. That's what I really want to point out. There's nothing different about these therapists. They're not more qualified than you. They don't have more experience than you. They have just systemized their approach to growing their business online by not doing the old traditional model, which is giving away free sessions, low prices, funnels, Facebook ads. We don't use any of that stuff. And our proven formula to get this done means that your business expenses are pretty much going to be zero, with your profits being extremely high. Once we isolate your niche, once we position you as an expert online, once we get your content in front of the right people on the right platforms at the right time, and then we can rapidly scale your businesses very, very quickly. So that's the overview, guys. Let's dive into the content for our 100K coaching program. Let me show you behind the scenes. So once you've joined our program, as you can see, our program runs over 6 weeks. I'm going to take you through all of these weeks and point out the most important parts. Make sure you grab a notepad and pen because you want to write down this information as well. So firstly, we take a systemized approach to business. We're taking out all the guesswork, all the thinking, all the wondering, all the I'm going to work with multiple niches at multiple prices with multiple packages, and we isolate everything down to one. We do a lot of research, a lot of market interviews and research to make sure that the content we're getting out is going to go, for lack of better words, viral. The niche that we're going to work with is highly profitable. The type of clients we're going to work with, we can either scale them, and we've got to make sure they've got the income to support our income, things like this. Putting all of these things together, we take a very systemized approach because now we can get predictability. One very important thing to notice, guys, if you're trying to grow your business, whether you're starting from scratch or you're trying to reinvent your business, you all know, or you will know, that you don't have a systemized approach or a predictable system in your business if you're noticing this phenomena. If you're waking up each day wondering, how am I going to get a client today? You need to rethink your approach. That's the number one problem that therapists and coaches have in their business today. It's probably for you as well. If you're waking up wondering, how am I going to get a client today? You need to rapidly, and I mean quickly, change your approach to business and look at it more with a systemized lens, something that you can rely on. Something that when you wake up in the morning, you know what to do each day to get a paying client. I mean, imagine this. Imagine the freedom of getting up each day and knowing exactly what things you need to do, what social media content you need to create, how to do a strategy call, how to do a sales call, how to do an organic outreach message, how to use Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube and Instagram in such a way that you're going to get the attention of your perfect client, that if you follow these steps day by day, they're going to proven to spit out a paying client. Then what happens is a systemized approach to this is looking at how did you get that first client, and then repeating it over and over and over again, and only using the methods that got you that first client into your second client, your third, fourth, all the way to scaling to $20,000 to $50,000 per month. But again, if you're waking up each day wondering how you're going to get a client, what I'm about to show you in this program and also this walkthrough video, hopefully should change your mindset and have you look at your business differently. That's what's important here. So let's go through week one. So we'll go through week one and then move on. So week one is what I call building the 100K coaching system. So it's finding our niche, It's making sure our niche is profitable. And I'm going to talk about the differentiation with our niches. It's making sure our offer stands out even in oversaturated markets. It's putting our price together for something we call our MOS price, our minimum optimum service price, and building the machine, building the system. So building all of our social media profiles, getting everything set up to take credit card details over the phone at the end of a strategy call, putting all the right things in the right places. So by the time we move into week 2, we can start getting paid clients. So week 1 is really building the system. It's putting all the pieces of the puzzle together to make sure not only our niche is profitable, but we know who we're targeting, where these clients are, and what our offer to them is going to be. So let me take you through this. So as you can see, what happens, the students will log into the program. Down to the left here, you'll see all the videos plus what are called action items. These are the things that the students must complete in order to build the system, and each week has their own separate action items. So I'm going to take you to video number 2. It's all about systems. Remember, systems creates predictability. Systems gives us something to rely on. We have something called our input, output, and process system. Now, I'm going to take you to this part of the program so I can get a screenshot, which is right there. And this is what I mean. So this is our entire, if you want to call it, business plan or business system. We have our inputs, which is our marketing and our traffic. We do something called short-term and long-term social media. We have our process, which we're teaching our students how to do the right strategy calls. And then we have our outputs, which is our cash and our revenue, and have something called feedback and asymmetry. So what are we doing each day to get clients? Well, we're going to systemize and basically automate a lot of this approach here, so we know what to do each day. Like I said, we have a mixture of short-term social media strategies, which are pretty much instant to get paid clients. And we have something called long-term strategies. A long-term strategy compared to a short-term strategy is this. So for example, we'll use Facebook as a part of one of our marketing strategies. We use organic Facebook. We're not paying for ads or anything. Now, because the way that Facebook works, and a lot of people don't know this, is you want to be constantly refreshing your content on Facebook every 2 to 3 hours, because Facebook archives information, which means that if you, let me just pause this. If you have a Facebook Live that you do on like a Monday morning, and then you're hoping that everybody sees that Facebook Live for the rest of the week, what will tend to happen is Facebook will actually archive that Facebook Live about every 2 to 3 days, which means that once it's archived, people won't find it. Facebook will stop sharing it organically. So that's why we teach our students every day you want to be doing or creating content and refreshing that content every 2 to 3 hours with a mixture of Facebook Lives, announcements, posts, blogs, testimonial screenshots, all the stuff that we teach our students to do. And you want to be constantly refreshing that. Where the long-term strategy comes into it is when therapists and coaches are done for the day, what do? Well, their business officially stops. So let's say they start work at 9 a.m. and they work through to 5 p.m. It means that from 5 p.m. all the way through to 9 a.m. the following morning, their business is basically offline. There's no way for clients to find their content, especially if they're just using Facebook, and also LinkedIn does the same thing, because Facebook and LinkedIn will archive their content, which means that for, let's say they're in a certain time zone and they want another time zone to be looking at their content where potential clients are, it means that those people are going to miss out on all that content because it's not being refreshed. So what we do is we include our YouTube strategy. It's our own personal YouTube strategy where we're drawing clients from our content into our strategy calls from our YouTube videos. Great thing about YouTube is now YouTube can work for us while our business is offline. It means that while we're asleep, our business doesn't officially close. Thanks to YouTube, we can have our business generating interest, having people watch our content, having people take care of our call to action, which is to book a strategy call in with us, getting our content in front of the right people, thanks to the optimization, the SEO, and all the stuff we teach our students. So now they have YouTube videos booking strategy calls while they're asleep. Literally, their business is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This also includes the weekends when they're having time off with their friends and family and partner looking after their kids. Their business is still generating business, okay? Now, if you're not including a long-term strategy in your marketing strategy, it means that you're missing out on half a day's worth of revenue every single day. That's leaving a lot of money on the table. And if you don't understand how organic Facebook works, it means that you might not be sharing enough content, which means your content is always getting archived, which is probably one of the big reasons why no one is commenting on your posts. No one is sharing it. No one was liking it. No one's finding it because you're running into that archive issue. So we have to have a mixture of long-term and short-term strategies. And we teach our students our entire Facebook strategy, an entire YouTube strategy, entire LinkedIn strategy, and also our entire organic email strategy, which I'm going to show you. But that's what we're doing each day to get clients. From there, all the inputs that we're putting into the machine, we're getting them over to a strategy call, which means that we're taking control of a phone call to turn our clients from a perfect stranger to a high-paying client. And in week 2, I'm going to show you more about that. I'm going to introduce you to our entire sales system, but also something we call our future sales deck, our future value deck, which actually is a presentation that I give to all of our students who join our program, which literally can close every client you get on a phone call with. From there, we have our outputs. Now, what the output represents is obviously our cash and our revenue. Is what we're doing from our inputs and our process turning into money? That's all we're looking at. This is the metrics that we're following. This is the metrics that we're tracking. A lot of therapists and coaches get caught up in the instant gratification of, well, Scott, my business is successful because I get a lot of likes and shares on my content on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. But when we go to their bank account, there's nothing happening there. We do not want to believe that our business is successful because we're getting eyes on our content and it's almost like we're a little bit famous online if we're not bringing any cash or revenue into the business. Our business, just like every other business on the planet, requires resources. If you want to make an impact in this industry and work with tremendous clients, you need resources to buy time. If you don't have resources to buy time, it means you have to put that delicate time into working a 9-to-5 job or a part-time job. Cash and revenue into your business by charging your clients the right amount of money and make sure the economics of your business remain healthy means that you can work on your business all day. You can quit the 9-to-5 job. You can quit the part-time job and probably earn what you would earn in a month in a day if you have the right systems in place. So we show the students how to track their cash and revenue. Actually, in week 5, we actually show them how to do their accounting to make sure their revenue and cash is remaining extremely high and running their business behind the scenes as well. Last thing we're looking at tracking is called feedback and asymmetry. So what is feedback and asymmetry? Asymmetry stands for there's going to be an eventuality in every therapist and coach's business who was in our program where they can actually start doing less work but making more money. So I'll give you an example. Let's say right at the start, we're teaching our students to do a mixture of short-term and long-term social media. We're basically at the start throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what works, to track what's getting results and what's turning these results into strategy calls and paid clients. Then over time, let's say, for example, we reach our first $10,000 a month. Then what we can do is we can look at the system and find out where did these clients come from? Which platforms did these clients come from? Did they find us on YouTube? Did they find us on Facebook or LinkedIn? And then what we can do is we can focus all of our time only on the places where our clients are, and we can ignore everything else. So we've got students right now who, like everybody, started by just doing all the long-term and short-term social media strategies we gave them. And when they hit that $10,000 to $20,000 per month, which is literally life-changing, now what they're doing is they're tracking for asymmetry. So instead of producing content across all these different platforms, now they're putting 100% of their focus maybe just onto one platform. So we've got students right now who are doing upwards of $20,000 per month and are just producing 2 or 3 YouTube videos per week. Imagine that. Just really absorb that message there. Could you imagine just knowing that if you created 2 or 3 YouTube videos per week, you didn't have to do Facebook, you didn't have to do Instagram, you didn't have to do LinkedIn, you didn't have to do email, anything else. You just knew if you created 3 videos per week, it was guaranteed to bring you in a $20,000 a month. This is asymmetry. This is reliability. This is predictability. This is freedom in a business. And this is what we're teaching our students to do. So what's funny is I know therapists and coaches outside of our program that are spending 15 to 18 hours per day producing content across every single social media platform possible, grinding each day, putting so much time and effort into everything they do per day, but are struggling to make $1,000 per month. And we have students doing upwards of $20,000 and beyond, all up to $50,000 per month that might only just be creating 2 or 3 YouTube videos per week. That's the difference, guys. Now, I don't know about you. I know which system I would rather, but ultimately this is the system we're following through the entire 100K coaching program. First thing we're doing is we're building this out. We're building the entire 100K coaching system. And then we're showing the students how to do the input, the marketing, and getting the traffic. Then we're showing them how to use our process and our sales and strategy call and future value deck strategy to turn to turn strangers into paying clients, for lack of better words. And then we're showing them what they need to be doing with their cash and revenue, how to track it, ultimately looking for asymmetry, and repeating this process to rapidly grow their business. So that's all about systems. The next thing I want to talk about is the intelligent design niche, because this is what everybody gets wrong. I want to be the one to point out that not every niche is profitable. And you definitely don't want to be looking at niches and being blinded by your passion. So what do I mean by this? If you look at every guru, everyone that's talking about niching, what's the first thing they say? As long as you're passionate, the niche will find you. Or as long as you're passionate, you can get clients in anything you're interested in. I'm here to be the one to tell you that this is not the case. There are probably more niches that are unprofitable than highly profitable. Our goal with our students, and for you watching this, is to show you how to find a very profitable niche. And there's elements that go into a niche beyond just passion, guessing, and hoping. There is a system to this. It's almost like the perfect science experiment to find niches. So I'm going to point out a very important part of our niche strategy. So we call this our overview of a 100K coaching niche, and I want to read this out to you. So potential clients do not know or care about hypnotherapy, coaching, RTT, healing, or energy, or whatever modality you're trained in. So what the point of this little statement here is, the way you do therapy is not your niche. Your niche is not hypnotherapy. Your niche is not coaching. And if your marketing represents that, it means that you're talking about all the wrong things. So right now, guys, if you're marketing how coaching works, how NLP works, how RTT works, how energy healing works, and why hypnotherapy is better than NLP, or whatever you're doing, you're trying to convince people of how you do things, it means you're talking about all the wrong content. It means you're talking about all the wrong things. Your potential clients right now are not going to Google or Facebook or YouTube trying to find out more information about coaching and RTT or therapy. If they were, it's probably because they want to become a therapist themselves. But what they are doing online is trying to get their most common questions to their problems answered, such as, I have anxiety, how do I quit it? Or how do I overcome it? How do I quit smoking? How do I lose weight on a keto diet? How do I have a better mindset? I'm stuck in this part of my life. They're not looking at how. They're not looking at the therapy. They're not looking about you. They're not concerned about your story or what your passion is or why you became a therapist or a coach. And guys, when you understand this, when it comes to the niche, it means you won't be blinded by your passion or what's not really there. And we can start looking at what real people want. A niche consists of real people with real problems. And also, if you're building your business online, for people that are online. So potential clients do not know or care about hypnotherapy and coaching, etc. Stop trying to convince them of that. Stop talking about that stuff. They do not understand the jargon that we use when we try to explain it. They do not read your posts or watch your videos explaining NLP or the unconscious mind, etc. If they did, it means they want to probably become a therapist themselves. They do not care, nor do they need to know why these modalities work. The only thing they need is you, because your market cries will point out their problem and their offer and the offer you have for their solution, and that's what they're looking for. So the 100K coaching program niche, the way that we show you guys how to do this, the action items we have to find a profitable niche, how we look at all the data, how do we systemize this whole approach, is to find a real pain that is populated by real people who need a real solution. We do not market the how. We only talk to potential clients about the what, the end result we can give them. Okay. So the way we find this niche is we do something called market interviews, where we give you 14 specific questions. Then we analyze the data. So we're analyzing the data based on our niche selection worksheet. And then we get into crafting your offer based on the information that we get. Putting your offer together is basically finding the ultimate solution to your client's real problems, not stuff that's made up in your head. Okay. One other part of the niche is what I call finding your blue ocean niche compared to your red ocean niche. So what everybody does here is over in the red ocean. So right now, if you're in a red ocean niche, which is you talking about, I use NLP, or I'm cheaper, or I'm a coach, I can do everything that everybody else does, I have more experience, I can help you with anything in your life because I use hypnotherapy, you're now fighting and competing in a very oversaturated red ocean. And if you're in this red ocean, you're probably noticing clients that are always complaining about your price, content that's not getting any reactions, lack of strategy calls, lack of income coming in, lack of people understanding what you're talking about. If you do manage to get strategy calls, people start saying it's too expensive, or I can go down the road because Joe Blogs does it $10 cheaper, Or when you're trying to explain RTT or coaching or therapy to people, they just give you like that deer in the headlights look where they have no idea what you're talking about. Because remember, guys, clients don't care about the how. Clients just want to know, can you help them? And our job with our marketing message and putting together our intelligent design niche is to talk about these things. So most people get caught here, and unfortunately their business collapses. What we teach our students is to be over here. So I actually give a real example of my old niche, which was I help lawyers quit smoking in their lunch breaks. I didn't talk about hypnotherapy. I used to. I didn't talk about I have more experience. I didn't talk about I'm a coach or I'm a therapist. I didn't talk about why I'm different or how I understand the mind better. It had nothing to do with me. It wasn't my journey. It wasn't my story. And I get it. Sometimes that's a little bit hard to grasp, guys, and maybe to hear, because we think that our story, our unique story and what our life has been through and our struggles is what other people will have. And we can now be the expert to help people like that. Now, what I first tell the students that if it happens that your story or your experience happens to gel perfectly with a real niche, so be it. But do not go looking for a niche based on your passion or your story, because now it's about you. Business has nothing to do with you guys. Even in my company today, it's about solving a real problem with real people. So as you can see, this was my marketing message. I help lawyers quit smoking their lunch break. So all my competition was doing this, I was doing this. And while all of these people were charging $50 a session, $100 to quit smoking, here I am charging $1,500 with a 4-month waiting list. We have students doing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per month with no competition. Why? Because they have an intelligent design niche. They stop talking about themselves. They stop talking about the how they did things. They stop marketing about the how. And they found real people with a real problem by following all of our action items and doing a lot of the research we give them to do, confirming and analyzing all the data before they even thought about what they're going to give their clients or how they're going to price it. They put it together in a very straightforward statement, and now it gets the attention of the specific person, the specific problem, and the specific outcome they're looking for. So if you're here, you're going to fight competition your entire career. We want to get you over here, and we show you exactly how to do this. Next, we move into, let's just see if I had anything else to show you here. So here we go. So another little niche secret that we have, and again, this was what makes us really differentiated when we teach how to niche, is we're growing a business online. That's what our 100K coaching program shows you how to do. But what a lot of therapists and coaches miss out on is, sure, they might find a profitable niche. They might learn how to market their niche, but they have no idea if their actual clients are online. And where are they online? Remember that asymmetry thing we talked about. So not only, guys, do we niche to a certain person or a problem, which you've heard me talk about before and on this video as well, but what about if we niche to a certain platform? What if we know that all of our clients are on YouTube? We just market there. What if we know that our clients specifically are found on LinkedIn? We do it over there. Another part of this secret is we actually juggle 2 niches at once. Now, if you've heard me talk about this before and you think, well, hang on, Scott, you told us it's always one niche, one problem, one price. And that's definitely correct. But what we do is this. We take the core niche that we help, whether it's anxiety, it's stop smoking, it's weight loss, whatever we found to be very predictable and very reliable and very profitable, and we populate that niche with different people. Because the different types of platforms that we work with Facebook, LinkedIn, email, and YouTube, all have different people on it. So what we have here is, I know, for example, as part of the niche process, is that we can find general public audiences that we can populate our niche with on Facebook and YouTube. So we use Facebook that's more geared toward general public. But I also know that we also have professional, career, and job-orientated people that are on Facebook, YouTube. We can also get them by email marketing as well. I also realized that LinkedIn has more professionals, more CEOs, more entrepreneurs, more business owners. So what if we still take that core niche element, which is the anxiety, the I help women stop smoking, X, Y, and Z, and we turn it into now I help doctors, I help lawyers, I help CEOs, I help 7- and 8-figure business owners. And we use certain platforms to approach certain people while still solving the same problem. So the secret here is to actually niche, have the core niche but populate it with different people depending on where they are online. That's how we can maximize Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and organic email and populate different people inside that core niche. So what we do, and here's my secret, is we're using a combination of all of the different platforms, the general public, the CEOs, the business owners, but we're solving still one problem. That way our marketing remains constant. That way we don't have to juggle multiple niches. So right now we have students that, let's say, are helping war veterans, or actually I'll give you another example, are helping people overcome anxiety and burnout. We can target general public with that on Facebook and YouTube, but we can also target CEOs, entrepreneurs, business owners, whoever else on LinkedIn, because it's a different population of people, but we also know they have the same problem. And again, that's how our students maximize all these different platforms and are pulling clients from all these different platforms into their strategy call. So the niche selection, getting the highly intelligent niche, the highly designed niche, making sure it's profitable, making sure we're niching to a certain platform. There are so many elements that go into niching, but the reason I'm spending so much time here talking about it, because it is the most important, because your niche will affect your marketing. If your niche is off, it's not profitable, it's not talking to the right people, it's not talking about the right problem, it has enough of a population for you to get clients, it means that when you go to market this niche, no one's going to hear it. No one's going to be interested. And if you're not seeing results on your social media, if you're not getting strategy calls booked in, if you're watching this right now and over the last 7 days, you've had no strategy calls booked in, I can guarantee it's from this niche. You've chosen the wrong niche that's found out to be not profitable, or you've just basically guessed and chosen whatever you think is the right niche and hoping that it's going to work. Hope in business doesn't work. Again, the reason our students are so successful because everything is systemized, it's itemized, it's predictable, and they have a certain structure to follow. The structure reveals data about the niche, and we use that data to know if things are going to be profitable or not. Okay, and then we put all these little elements like my niche secret, targeting general public and career people at the same time. And again, that all stems into the marketing. Okay. So from here, we show you guys how to get people to what we call these market interview sessions. We show you how to craft your offer. We teach our students how to reverse engineer their offer. So how to make their offer stand out, even if there is a bit of competition in that market, or how to make it stand out so that if your potential clients are seeing your offer and they've maybe seen something in the past that didn't work for them, how can we make it different? Then we move into something called our overall transformation worksheet, which is putting all of the itemized things together. And then lastly is looking at our price. Now, the way that we price our services, guys, we introduce our students to something called our overall transformation, our minimum optimum service. Now, I'm going to see if I can find that video. Where are we? Let's have a look here. So I want to talk about this pricing structure. Okay. So here we are. So we introduce our students to something called our Mos Offer. So the old traditional model, guys, you know, with pricing is priced by the hour, session, and time. We don't do this. It's quite funny to have people in the industry like therapists and coaches that I know are working with stop smoking clients or anxiety clients. They might be working with executive clients. They might have CEOs and business owners as their clientele, just like our students are. But the difference in price is phenomenal. Here we have the traditional model, the traditional therapist charging $100 per hour, working with a client for 2 hours and making $200, solving that problem. But we can have a student solving the exact same problem as that other therapist, same amount of time, same problem, same person, but charging upwards of $1,500, $2,500, $5,500. We even have students charging $10,000 to solve the same problem that other therapists and coaches are struggling to charge $100 for. This is why we introduced the MOS, the minimum optimum service. So we're charging on the overall transformation. I'll give you a little example here. So we're pricing on value and transformation. We're pricing on the end results. We don't price on the time, session, bonuses, hows, or what's. If you fix a problem in an hour, don't charge half the session rate. You charge for the full results. Always aim to cut the time and exceed results, but never undercharge. The quicker your transformation becomes, the more impact you create in a client's life, you can actually increase the price. So what I'm really pointing out here is we charge per the end result because that's all clients care about. You don't want to be saying to your client, do you want a 5-pack? Do you want a 10-pack, 15-pack? Because they don't understand this. They don't care about this. Clients are time poor, just like you. Clients don't want to be sitting with you session after session after session after session. They want their results quickly. if they had the choice to work with therapist or coach A, who can get things done in 5 sessions and it will cost the person $500, or they could work with therapist or coach B, who charges $1,500 but can fix the same problem in 45 minutes, who do you think is going to get that client? Well, of course, coach and therapist B, because time is valuable. So if you can get your results quicker with your clients, you can also charge more. But you want to be talking about results, guys. This is what we sell to people. We don't sell sessions, time, and packages. We sell results. Okay, and I've talked about this a lot. If you want to go check out our YouTube channel, you hear me talk about our pricing a lot. That's all I want to bring out for now. But I want you to start to think of never be charging for time sessions or hours. We want to be charging for the result because that's all clients pay for. Okay, so from there, we've basically built your product. We know your niche, we know the service, we have the price down pat. We teach the students between $1,500 and $5,500 per client, which they're going to get paid upfront with, which I'll show you in week 2 how they do that. Once we have everything designed, we then get into building the system, okay? So we get into building our booking system, our Facebook page setup, our YouTube channel setup. We've got our LinkedIn profile. You'll see if I click this view all button, there's a lot of resources that go into this. I just want to point out how in depth this program goes and how much training there is to make sure you get these things done right. So YouTube channel, Facebook, LinkedIn profile setup. We also have our Stripe set up, a PayPal set up so we can get ready to accept credit cards over the phone. We show you how to get your business onto Google My Business, which is another organic way we market our business, and setting that up so you can optimize your keywords and your SEO based on the niche. So you start showing up on Google for free as well. So once we've built the system, and this happens in week 1, we can then move into week 2. And this is where the rubber really meets the road. This is where our students go from having no clients, no niche, bad pricing, bad everything, to now getting paid clients within their first 1 to 2 weeks, okay? So the first thing we do in week 2, which is all of our social media, this is how we get clients, as you can see, working the system to get paid clients. The first thing we cover is probably the key to our student success beyond the niching, which is the selling. How do we sell our services? How do we convince clients of our value? How do we prove to our clients why that our service charging $1,500 is better than Joe Blogs down the road who only charges $50 without being in that red ocean thing? How do we stand out and position ourselves as that go-to expert with an expert price and have clients saying yes to us every single time, knowing that our prices are 5, 10, even 100 times more than our competition? Well, the first thing we teach you to do is how to sell your services properly. How to point out these elements inside your service and the differentiation in what you do by taking our client through an entire strategy call system, okay? So the first thing we give our students is what we call our strategy call script and our future value deck. Now, I want to point your attention towards our future value deck. If right now you are not educating your clients on your differentiation in the market, why you're different, the process that is used during the actual therapy, the value that you bring, the short-term and long-term value that you bring when working with you today, you are going to miss this sale. Ultimately, the way that we sell our services, I'll give you the process now, is you want to be able to educate your clients on what they've wasted in the past, be it financial or emotional, by keeping their problem. What the next 12 months estimation is going to be by keeping their problem, financial and emotional waste. And then what their life's going to look like 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, if they keep their problem. See my point here? Keeping a client keeping their problem has a cost to it, emotional and financial. So what we give our students is a 22 to 25 page presentation. I just give it to our students. They just have to change a couple little things for their niche. And this thing right here does all the selling for them. So as you can see here, I'll bring this up on the screen, is this right here. So it's an entire presentation, okay? A 22 to 25 page presentation, see on the left here, a couple of slides here, that takes their clients through a whole entire journey to educate them on why they're different, what they're going to do for their client, how they're actually going to save their client from their problem. Let me see if I can bring up the actual slide that I need. Okay, so here we go. So this is one of the key slides, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, is we have to articulate and educate our clients based on what are we going to save them. Most therapists and coaches are always thinking about just the immediate problem. Like, okay, I'll help you quit smoking for $50 or $100. And that's it. They wonder why they can't make any money. What we want to do is educate our client on this is what you've wasted in the past, financially and emotionally. This is what your future for the next year is going to look like if you don't quit this smoking. This is what it's going to cost you financially and emotionally. And this is what your future is going to look like. And if you work with me today, I'm going to save you this. And this is just an example. Okay. This is not a complete deck. This is just the training example that we give to our clients. And we want to point out emotionally and financially the things we're saving our clients from. We know, guys, that if we help a client quit smoking or lose weight to overcome their anxiety, there are going to be byproduct results that happen as according to that. So let's say, for example, you're a, for lack of words, business coach, and you help a client for 2 hours with their mindset or their procrastination issues or just something that's preventing them from having the future that they want with their business. Okay. You charge them $250 an hour, you make $500. Okay. That client then goes on, based on the work you've done with them for 2 hours, then goes on to making an extra $100,000 in their business. What a wasted opportunity for you to only charge $500 for that. So we need to have a great comparison to the value that you bring and the value that they're not going to get by working with you. And for example, let's say over the lifetime of working with you, the future value of working with you compared to what they've wasted in the past, what their current future is going to look like the next 12 months if they don't work with you, and what the next 2 or 3 years are going to look like. Let's say, for example, based on these numbers here, you save them an extra $100,000 in cash and revenue. It doesn't even have to just be like a business expense. We know that emotional cost might have medication, food substitution, all of these things add up, and you need to have all these unique details. So you point this out to a client and say, hey, this is what you're on track to waste, an extra $100,000 financially. But you're also on track to waste all these emotional things. Your anxiety is going to grow. Your health is going to get worse. Medication is going to become more expensive. You're going to lose the ability to go make more friends or find the love of your life because you're so anxious that you can't leave the house. Guys, these all have emotional costs. And you want to be able to list these things out to your clientele and give a proper price comparison. Let me just show you that price comparison, if I can find it. There we go. So a price comparison. So let's say, for example, I could help my client save $100,000 over the next 2 years financially, plus all the emotional costs, all the list of things that I know emotionally they want that they can't get out of their life because they have the anxiety or the fear or something like that. And if I'm saving you this in the next 2 years and I only charge $997, $1,997, $2,500, $5,000, even $10,000, a comparison of a $10,000 transformation doesn't seem like much when you're saving your client over $100,000 and all the emotional things that come with it. Emotional and financial things have an impact in people's life. So the future value deck and what we give to our students points these things out and educates our client. So if you are struggling for clients to say yes, regardless of even what your prices are, even at $100 and your clients are saying, no, that's too expensive, you have to be able to educate your client and show your clients what they have wasted in the past, what they're going to continually waste financially and emotionally, and what their life is going to look like cost-wise, emotionally and financially, if they don't work with you today. And then your price comparison seems like absolute peanuts. Like students closing $10,000 transformations with their clients because they're saving their client emotionally and financially well over $100,000 per year. It doesn't seem like much. But you can't do that over the phone without educating your clients on like a presentation like this. You can't do that on a sales page. You can't write that into an email because there's not a bigger impact emotionally that your clients are going to get absorbed by this. So what we teach the students to do is use the entire strategy call system that we give them. Then they will actually share their screen with their client and take them through this pre-built presentation, 22 to 25 pages, which breaks down everything from the value, their differentiation, the process they use, the value they're going to get, the current emotional value, the future emotional value, what their life's going to look like if they don't work with them, what their life will look like if they do work with them. It's an entire presentation that's guaranteed to close clients. I mean, could you imagine never having to worry about what to say on the phone or how to close a client or what to say, and you just give them a presentation? And we give our students this. It's all done for them. And this is the key to their success. So that's how we sell to our students. That's how we sell, to our potential clients, regardless of whether it's therapy, regardless of how you do it. That's how we show our value. From there as well, we introduce our students to our proposal system, that if clients do say no, or I've got to speak to my partner or my husband at the end of this, we actually have a pre-built proposal system that we send to our students, or we send to our clients, sorry, where that proposal will actually do the selling for us while that person shows their husband or their wife. That's really about saving sales. Okay, so there's an entire system we put together that's predictable for the whole sales side of it. Then we get into what everyone wants to learn is, how do I find and book in clients for free? Okay, so this is our entire social media strategy. Let me just pull up a slide here that I think will be important so I can explain this. There we go. Just let me pull that back. Where were we? There we go. No, that's not the one I want either. Let me just find where this is. I know it's in here somewhere. Bear with me, guys. I want to make sure I get the right slide. I had it just a moment ago. I want to show you the entire system. There we go. All right. Pull it across a little bit more. Nope, back. There we go. Okay. All right. Talk about doing stuff live. There we go. All right. So here is our organic client attraction map. Okay. So this is the timeline that we follow. This is the process that we follow. Everything is designed to be taken step by step and proven to spit out paying clients. So we have certain marketing platforms that have different marketing strategies. So Facebook is different than LinkedIn. LinkedIn is different than YouTube. YouTube is different than LinkedIn and Facebook. Organic email is different than all of the above. So we're mastering all of these key platforms because this is where we find clients for free. From there, we're creating valuable content. So what a lot of people screw up with their content, guys, is when it comes to creating a post or a Facebook Live or even a YouTube video, they're constantly thinking, what should I post? What should I talk about? Again, anytime you're thinking about what to create, what to say, you're missing the point. So we actually show our students to use, there's a couple of free ways that we do this, to go researching the type of questions that we know our marketers constantly asking. When it comes to content, this is the way you want to think. What are the most common questions my clients are answering online, are looking for answers online with? They're typing into Google. What are they looking for? And then we create content based on their most common questions. And that's why when they go back onto Google or YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn and type in those questions, what happens? Our content shows up and it answers those common questions. So if your marketing is full of talking about yourself, talking about your journey, talking about NLP, talking about hypnotherapy, or any of those things, you're missing the point, because your potential clients, whether they're general public or they're professionals, are not looking for these things. They're not typing into Google, why did Scott become a hypnotherapist? They're typing into Google, I have anxiety, how do I get rid of it without taking medication? And that's the type of content you want to be creating. From there, we're building the right audience. So another reason why your marketing is not having any effect is because the wrong people are seeing it. What's the point of creating marketing if the only people that are seeing are your friends and family? What's the point of talking about your clients' most common questions if your clients aren't even on Facebook, but that's where you spend all your time, when you should be spending on YouTube, because that's where all your clients are? And again, this is part of that niche design right at the start. So we're creating the right content to the right people. Then we're doing something called organic outreach. So a lot of people, a lot of therapists and coaches, when they start their business, they will build some sort of system like a website or a funnel or something like that, stuff that we don't bother with. And then they just sit back and wait. They expect clients to come kicking down their door because they were trained by Tony Robbins or Igor Ledachowski or Tad James or any of those gurus. And they think that their clients, for one, know who these people are or care who these people are, or just because they're qualified and they know it in their head that they're awesome, it's like they just wait for their clients to come and find them. If you're trying to build a business online, guys, you have to show up online regularly. You have to be everywhere. You have to be in all the places where your clients are and showing tremendous value, giving away tremendous value so your clients can position you as the expert inside of their minds. Then what we do, instead of waiting for clients to reach out to us, we have an entire organic outreach system where we give our students the templates, the process, the copy and paste and fill in the blank templates, where they start conversations with their audiences. They start conversation with potential clients. At the end of the day, the therapist or a coach who has the most conversations per day will always get the most amount of clients. And again, our students don't have to think about what to do. We give them the templates. We give them the system. All they have to do is copy and paste it. Again, just reiterates that fact of we're basically telling our students, stop thinking, follow the system. Everything you need is here. You either have to push this button Say this word, use this script, use this template, or copy and paste this. Imagine the freedom in your business to never have to think about what to do, but know what to do each day, step by step. From there, we have something called our 15-minute icebreaker call to get to know this client before we spend at least 45 minutes with them on a strategy call and showing them the future value deck. And we'll know pretty much beforehand the type of cash and revenue we're going to get from this client. So you can see an itemized and systemized approach, guys. It's not just randomly approaching some strategy, randomly hoping for some outcome, randomly hoping this client's going to pay you. No, it's following a system that proves to get clients, paying clients, high-paying clients. So again, we fill in all the blanks. As you can see here down the left-hand side, okay, we have all the proposals. We have, this is how you create your content. This is how you add your content. This is how we build up our audience. These are the templates. These are the value content, the Facebook Lives, the posts, the announcements. We give scripts and templates for everything. But as you'll see here, I just want to show you how in depth our social media strategy goes. So these are all the action items. So we're all ready to take clients over Stripe. We're ready to take clients to do strategy calls on Zoom and Skype. We have our future value deck ready. And again, this is how we find clients for free. This is how we use Facebook. This is how we have our killer testimonial template. How do we get referrals and testimonials and turn them into more paying clients? Our 100K Facebook Live system. We even show our students how to do proper Facebook Lives with proper calls to action. Our entire 100K YouTube system. How do we create the right videos, optimize these right videos to get these videos on page 1 of YouTube for free, no paid ads, and have our clients drawn to these videos? Turn content from Facebook Lives and YouTube content into paying clients. This is the long-term strategy. If you're not waking up to strategy calls booked from your YouTube system, you are leaving tons of money on the table. If the only time you're booking strategy calls is while you're sitting in front of your laptop and not while you're sleeping, you are leaving half a day's cash and revenue on the table each and every day. That adds up, okay? So again, we show you how to do the YouTube strategy, the titles, the tags, the description, the thumbnails, the best practices, checking your rankings. Then we show you how to use LinkedIn, how to use organic outreach on Facebook and LinkedIn. What else do we have? How to do our 30-day attack. How do we have client agreements? We have contracts and systems for your clients to sign these contracts to make sure they're accountable for the work that you do and the work that they do. Make sure you get paid up front. Everything happens, and we give our students in week 2 everything they need to get paying clients online, all the way through to having their clients sign a contract for $1,500, $5,500, $10,000, and guys, be paid up front. Our students that are doing beyond $20,000 to $50,000 per month have literally no payment plans. Imagine that. Imagine never having to chase a payment plan. Why? Because of the system that we've built. So that's week 2. And like I said, week 1 and week 2 is really optimizing our services online and thinking about working with the general public. So what happens next? Well, week 3 is how we produce or 10 or 100x everything. From here, you'll find that week 1 and week 2 have a lot of moving parts. It might require you to do a lot of work. So what we do in week 3 is once our students start getting paid clients to start hitting that $5,000 to $10,000 per month, which usually happens in the first 3 to 4 weeks of the program from scratch, then we show them one of the most important things, which is how to hire a team. We actually teach our students how to hire a VA to do all of their social media for them, all their organic outreach for them, all their content research, what videos to create on YouTube, what Facebook Lives to do, their audience building, all the busy work, all the button pushing work. And we show them how to hire a VA. And what's important is I actually train all their VAs for them. So I've done a comprehensive VA training that I actually use in my company today that I actually give to the students when they hire their VA. And we're hiring our VAs for about $5 to $8 per hour. I mean, could you imagine paying someone $8 an hour and they book you 2 strategy calls that are worth $1,500 each? You can see the payoff there. You can't even get Facebook ads that cheap. But I train their entire VA staff for them. Okay, so we've got students that have 1 VA. We even have students that have like 5 VAs. You can tell how big their businesses are. And I do all the training for them. So when they hire their VA, I've done all the training for them. They're highly trained. So by the time they start working with this student, they know exactly what to do and there's no training that needs to be done further. So we show them where to hire them, how to hire them, what to look for. And like I said, I train their entire team for them. Then from there, we get into another big input, which is to focus now on what I call global niching. I'm going to bring this up. So once the VA is hired, now it's time to expand your niche, to populate your niche further. And what we have is our global niching. Okay. So our global niching, as it mentioned here, is to get away from just the general public. How can we start targeting 7, 8, 10-figure business owners, major corporation, executive clients, major business owners, celebrities? You have students working with celebrities right now based on this system. And what we introduce them to is our organic email system. So we set up an entire organic email system with a bit of paid software, probably cost you about $100 a month to set this all up. And then we have your offer being sent. Check this out. Your offer being sent to between 50 and 100 business owners per day, completely automated. Could you imagine the amount of strategy calls you're going to get booked? You never have to really do anything for them. All you're going to be doing is we have the system set up. We're targeting business owners. We're targeting entrepreneurs, CEOs, executive clients, anybody that we can find an email address. We basically scrape information online. We put it into an entire email system, press go, and it starts to organically send out our offer, which is I can help you do X, Y, and Z for X, Y, and Z results to between 50 and 100 business owners per day, 7 days per week. And you only have to push one button for it to start. That's what we teach. So this is how we can fill up our students' entire strategy call booking for the entire week, the entire month, and so on, and get their offer in front of executive clients. If you're wanting to work with executives and other business owners or celebrities or CEOs, other entrepreneurs, this is the way you do it. And nobody else does this. Everyone's teaching funnels and Facebook ads. This is basically not really costing anything. So now we have our system for Facebook, we have our system for YouTube, we have our system for LinkedIn, and now we have our system for Google, sending our offer to people with an email address and a business online that we can get our offer in front of. Now you can start helping entrepreneurs, 7 and 8 figure business owners, executive clients overcome their burnout or their anxiety or even quitting smoking, and having your offer being sent to 50 and 100 of these people per day. Could be 700 businesses per week. And it's all done for you. Okay. I really want you to absorb what that can do for you in your business, regardless of what type of niche you have. It works in any niche. So we have the entire email system set up. We have the email system set up an overview. We show you how to set the thing up. We show you how to scrape the leads. We show you how to set up the entire campaigns and press go. So this is a massive input. No one else is teaching this, and it really is our number one secret. But I want to introduce you to that today. So think of the impact. You're mastering Facebook, you're mastering YouTube, you're mastering LinkedIn. Now you're mastering Google, and you're not paying for ads and funnels and all that crazy software that you use. This is the power of this. So moving past week 3, we get into week 4, which is getting all the clients. The systems are set up, guys. Everything's running automatically. You have your VA doing all the button pushing for you. You have the organic email system running for you like clockwork. You've mastered your niche. You've mastered the sales strategy. You have your future value deck working for you. You've got your team of VAs finding those strategy calls for you and booking people in for you. Now it's time to work on behind the business. Okay. So what we do in week 4 and week 5, week 4 is all about keeping your business lean, looking at your numbers, tracking for asymmetry, but also starting to optimize parts of the business that can have been left untouched right now. So we do actually talk about a website in week 4, but not the way that you'll have your website. So what we actually do is give our students a pre-built webinar, another webinar they install into their website, and now the webinar and their website starts booking strategy calls. We're not running traffic to it, but we are sending people from our content in week 1 and week 2 and week 3 as a bit of social proof. So now we have a website for a bit of social proof as well. And that website can turn visitors into paying clients based on the webinar that we give them. So we've basically built the webinar out for our students, and they go ahead and they put that into their website as well. Let me just see if there's any slides that I want to show you here. No, so that's just all building the website out. Okay. How to find your business name, a bit of branding stuff, why we want to be accepting credit cards, how to basically systemize and optimize all the things that we've been doing to get the approval online and to show that your status online, that you're a somebody. Okay. And then, like I said, we have the webinar, which is our creating our success video. So this is a video where you can put your testimonials, and a webinar, what it does as well, it breaks down objections. So if someone comes to your website still wondering if they want to work with you, now they can watch another video that breaks down all their objections. So by the time they book a strategy call with you, they're ready to go. So you pull out your strategy call script and your future value deck, and bang, now you've just closed another client. So as you can see here, a lot of resources, a lot of actions here. We call this the 100K asset. This is your offline asset. So that's what we're building as well. Week 5, one of my favorite is what I call cash flow standards and feedback. It's looking at the business and looking at, here it is right here, the map of what your business, the individual parts of your business and how we can keep your business very profitable. Okay. So it's make sure we're tracking the organic social media, the inputs, which is our traffic, the 15-minute and strategy calls, the conversion, and making sure that we're getting ROI on our time. Making sure that we're tracking all the numbers and the accounting, the cash, the revenue in our business, because ultimately what we're going for is what I call 80% cash and 20% revenue. So if you do have payment plans in your business, you want to be keeping your payment plans down to only 20%. So every 10 clients, only 2 clients can be on a payment plan. Why? We want cash into the business. I want people paying you up front, which we show you how to do. I want your savings account to become like a war chest, which is filling up with income so you can pay your taxes and your bills on time and your GST when you get over that 6 figures. I want all of these things for you to have resources to be able to buy more time in your life. If all you're doing is forever chasing 80% revenue, which is payment plans, it means that you're getting $100 here, $100 there. Clients stop paying, they ghost you, they block you, they don't want to pay, they won't abide to their contracts. Now you're chasing people for this stuff. No. Like I said, we've got students right now doing 20 to 50 grand per month with basically no payment plans. But we're setting up a system to keep your business very, very healthy, making sure that we're tracking your cash flow and we're getting the right feedback. So when we start to scale from the 20 to the 30 grand per month, 30 to 50 grand per month and beyond, everything remains healthy and we don't just collapse the business with too much revenue and not enough cash coming in. We also give our students our business tracking sheet so they can track all of their income. They can track all of their accounting. They can track all of their tax, their GST, their expenditure, their business expenditure, their personal expenditure. And they could basically just hand this thing right over to their accountant and just say, here you go, accountant, here's all my numbers. Last thing you want to do is get to the end of the financial year and think, shit, look at all the receipts I've got, look at all the chaos, and then spend 3 days in chaos. You want to track it all here and just give it to your accountant, and your accountant will absolutely love it. Week 6 is a secret week. So it's an actual bonus week that we give to our students. It's called the Secrets of Exponential Scale. So what we do in week 6 is we actually show the students how to scale past face-to-face clients, whether it's executive clients, whether it's the general public clients. How do we get away from just one-on-one and start to work with groups? How do we launch a group coaching program? And also, how do we create an online coaching program that can be sold 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, completely automated, hire a team, have webinars selling this thing for you. So basically, you're not just waking up to strategy calls being booked in. You could be waking up to PayPal notifications of people joining your group coaching program without having to do a strategy call with them or buy your online program. Just like my company right now, we show you all the techniques, the strategies, the systems, the operations for that. So basically just giving you my entire company and saying, here's what we do. And we turn your expertise from face-to-face into group coaching programs and online programs to basically productize your expertise. So guys, that's it. That's the entire system. First things, we build the 100K coaching system. We have to find your niche, make sure your prices are right. You've got to make sure that your the type of niche is going to be profitable long-term, all the way into learning how to sell your services properly, how to use social media from LinkedIn to YouTube to Facebook. We give it to you all, where to get clients for free online, how to use our organic outreach system, also how to hire our VAs, how to automate the entire system, how to have staff working for you for as little as $5 to $8 an hour, who can do all the button pushing for you, who will be booking strategy calls for you. Also, our organic email system. So now we've mastered Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Now we can master Google as well. And we can start getting your offer into your offer. Basically, if you put all these systems together from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and also the organic email system, you can be getting your offer in front of hundreds of potential clients, general public, and also executive and high-paying clients every single day for pretty much for free. Okay, no Facebook ads, no funnels. It's only a little bit of cost for some of the software that we use, but that's only in the email system. But think of the ramifications from that. If you could get your offer in front of, let's say, 200 people per day, and out of that, you book 25 strategy calls per day. Out of those 25 strategy calls, 10 people turned up over the next 2 days, and those 10 people were willing to spend $2,500 for you. Bang, you've just made a $20,000 in a fortnight or a little bit over 3 weeks. But you could have this system running every single day and have it automated for you every single day. That's what I mean about predictability. Instead of waking up in the morning wondering, how do I get a client? It's now waking up to strategy calls, to people interacting with your content, messages being sent to you saying, I want to work with you. Your VA is doing all the button pushing for you, giving you a list of things that you should be doing each day. Here's the right content. Here's where our audience is, and building up your online social media and your social proof. All the while you can concentrate on the most important things, which is treating your clients and giving them an incredible experience, and know that your business is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So guys, that's our 100K coaching program. We're at the end of this little presentation. If you find below, you'll see a button, or you'll see a link, as well, where if you're curious about if this 100K coaching program is going to work in your circumstance, make sure you book a strategy call with me, and I can show you all the finer details, or we can go through an entire assessment of your business to make sure that this is going to work for you. But if you do just want to dive into the program, you check out that link below as well. It'll take you straight through into the sales page where you can join the program, jump straight into the content. We'll put you straight into the Facebook group. Like I said, lifetime access to the program, lifetime access to the Facebook group, lifetime access to our monthly group coaching calls, plus lifetime access, no extra expenditure, no extra cost, to book strategy calls with me. Be able to see all those details as well when you click on those links below. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully it answers the question of what are you going to get from the 100K coaching program. That's all from me for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.